Hey there, Lauri and Simba here from Kali Soul Art and Yoga. Today we have a practice that's all about gentle and letting go, letting be. So have a few things ready for our practice. You will need bricks, blankets, bolsters, anything that, a pillow, something that you can use as a prop to support you if you need a little extra lift, support. I'm sitting on a blanket right now, hold it up. So this is helpful if your hips are a little tight and you just need a little lift to let your hips release, and Pancake's joining us. So sit on a brick, sit on a blanket, be comfortable, and let's get ready to settle in. So take a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you, one leg in front of another, or you can even stretch your legs out if that feels better. Just be comfortable. Take a breath in through the nose, side out through the mouth. In through the nose, and exhale, release something. One more, inhale, and side out. Allow your eyes to close and just continue breathing softly, smoothly, slowly through the nostrils, in and out. And as you begin to do this, feel your seat grounding down a little bit more, supported. Nice. So on an inhalation, take that breath all the way down through your core, through your seat, through your root, connecting to the root of the earth, and exhale, a gentle hug and lift on that pelvic floor helps press the breath out. Spine's being lifted a little bit, separated, so you're elongating just a bit. But you want to be still pliable, and even implementing just a little wave as you settle in is helpful, to not get all stiff and rigid as you're moving into stillness, breath by breath. So again, a few breaths to notice your current state, allowing things to be just the way they are. No judging, no fixing, no tweaking, just observing as the breath continues to flow in and out, slow and elongated. And now circulating the breath a little more deliberately, start to poke around and investigate. Are there areas of tension and tightness? Are there areas that maybe you're just squeezing a little bit more? Let that release, let that melt. The exhalation is especially helpful for this. Bring some breath in, and then exhale. Blow away the stiffness, the stagnation. Beautiful. And then coming around to your heart space and doing a few observation breaths and clearing breaths. Start to bring in the intention now of just letting go, letting be. So I will allow without judgment. Beautiful. One more breath. Okay, so allowing your eyes to open now, we're going to start some movement, taking that breath that we started with and doing a little bit more deliberately, inhaling down all the way to your root. Exhale, gentle hug and lift on that pelvic floor. Again, press that breath out. So core fire breath starting to warm you up from the inside out. Inhale down, Exhale, hug and lift, press the breath out. Inhale down, press it out. Let's start a little gentle movement here. So as you inhale, open the chest, raise the heart, and as you exhale, draw back. Nice. Hands can be on the knees as you wave it forward and backward. Inhale it up. Exhale it back. Inhale and exhale. So before we move any more, let's switch the cross of the legs. If you want to remove the blanket or keep it there if it's still working for you, your choice. So another inhale here, exhale. And noticing the difference as you crossed the opposite leg in front. Again, just give it a notice. Let it be the way it is. One more. This time, inhale your arms up. And you're going to twist to the right. Left hand comes to the to the right knee. Right hand comes behind you. Give it an inhale, extend. And then back up. Over to the right. Inhale. Exhale down. And press the breath out. Elongate a little more. Inhale it up. And over, back to the right. Wave it on up. And over to the left. You can even take your head around and look over the shoulder. When you're twisting to the right, take your head over. Again, keeping it gentle and comforting movement today. Beautiful. Down. Give it another wave back and forth in the seat, so you're really just playing here. You can extend through the arms, get some energy flowing out from the center, up and out. However you want to move, circle it, coming back down with your hands on your knees. Circle small circles, and as if you're going around your spinal column, letting the circles get long or elongated, bigger as you go around, and even a little more playful as you go around. When you're ready, reversing direction. And starting off with smaller circles, and then really start to play and extend and just let yourself move or be moved. Close your eyes and wave it back to center. Inhale your arms up and exhale down. Let's come over to all fours. So I'm going to use a couple bricks here to show you a little variation to elevate your wrist and take some pressure off. So you can do this with or without bricks. So hands starting out under your shoulders, but then back off a little bit. You don't have to be directly over your hands. Again, especially if you have wrist issues, that's a whole lot of pressure. So with or without bricks, find your alignment, and then you can take your hands in or out a little bit depending on what feels good for your shoulders. The knees are under your hips, toes are flat on the floor. You're going to start by bending your elbows and round up to a cat. Let your head hang. So round that back up like that scary Halloween cat. Tip it down and arch. So you notice that I'm bending my elbows between movements. So this is serving a few purposes. Gathering energy from the earth as you press back, and also lubricating the joints and lining them up a little more properly for your own body. So rather than being stiff-armed and just coming back and forth as you wave. So more user-friendly, joint-friendly. Next time you come around to your cat, move it around, circle, keep breathing. If you find a spot that feels particularly good. The stretch, you can linger, allow the breath to flow, and then as you come around, maybe back to a dog, wagging your tail, and again, feel free to pause and linger anywhere you feel like your body needs a little more attention. Again, this is all about noticing, allowing, and then breathing into whatever you're experiencing to let it go. So we hold a lot of tension in our bodies. So giving your body a chance to release and let go will help you mentally also to release, emotionally to let go. So take the bricks aside for now. Come back to a tabletop. You're going to take the left arm under your shoulder. So your wrist is lined up under your shoulder. Take that right arm and extend it as you inhale. Get a nice extension there. And then as you exhale, thread it through your arm and your leg. And here's where a blanket may come in handy. You can rest your cheek. But before you snuggle in, let's take that back up. So we'll do a little movement. Bend and extend. Bend in, extend it back up. This is helping your muscles warm up a little more effectively, a little more efficiently. And then when you feel like you're ready, take the right arm through your arm and your leg, your left arm and your left leg. If you come all the way to the floor, fine. If not, fine. Allow that cheek to come down wherever down is for you. And pause. Let yourself release. When you acclimate here, if you want to take it further, extend that left arm up. And a little further, you can take the left arm down your back. So inwardly rotate and then slide the arm down your back. So whichever position works for you. One more breath. And then if you need to extend that arm back up, but on an inhalation, give yourself some support. Press down through your left hand to bring yourself back up. Nice. So we'll reverse that. Right arm under right shoulder. Left arm's going to come up and thread it through. So have that blanket ready. If you need the support, bring it through. Reach. Back up. Bend that supporting arm. And as you extend back, try not to lock it out. Leave a little play there. One more. Take it back up. And again, whether you're on a blanket or not, make sure you're at a height. You're going to be on a brick here to rest comfortably. So you have a little bit of stretch going on. Not overdoing it. Again, we're all about gentle. You can stay with the arm down or take the right arm up to the sky. Breathe here. A few breaths, and then either staying here or inwardly rotate the right arm and bring it down your back. So bending your arms so the back of your hands along your back. So just a few breaths here, and notice if you're pressing into the floor or if you really are just surrendering into the pose. What do you need to use to support yourself here, but what can you let go of? One more breath. Inhale that arm back up when you're ready, and then take your right hand down, press yourself back up to your tabletop. Let's wave it back and take it back to a child's. Again, you can use the blanket as a support. And I would just come back here. Even a brick could be helpful. Allow your head to rest for a few breaths as you come in to your breath again, remind yourself to breathe softly. Relax a little more than you currently are. Observe without judgment. Let go and let be. One more breath here. And inhale, exhale yourself back up. And give yourself some room if you have some props on your mat. Curl your toes under. Give yourself a breath. And just going to lift up to a gentle down dog. Pedaling. So take your dog for a walk. Raising one heel, then the other. Bending one leg, then the other. Let your head just hang in a neutral alignment. Shoulders up, back, and around. You don't want to overextend here. So you're in a neutral alignment with your shoulders as well. Come up on both toes and down. Up on both toes and down. Nice. Walking toward the center of your mat so your feet are lined up under your hips. Bend into your legs. Take your booty back. You don't want to come forward on your knees. So take that seat back and wide. Press down through your feet and draw yourself up, supported. Inhale it up. And wave it down again. Wave your spine long. Nice. And take it down again. Step one foot back, step the other foot back, and tap those knees down. Leave your shoulders shrugged back. And lower pubic bone touches first. Give it an inhale and an exhale. Press your pubic bone into the floor. You can separate your feet a little bit more. It'll take some pressure off of your lower back. And just wave it up, taking your elbows under your shoulders for a sphinx. And take it down. Slide your hands back. Move them forward. So just a little movement here. One more. And as you snuggle into your sphinx, shoulders up, back, and around, you're pressing into the floor with your pubic bone, engaging your deep core line, so belly button's coming back toward the spine. And think about this curve going from your toes all the way through the feet, legs, torso, up the spine, and out the crown. So you're decompressing the spine as well and not shoving it and compressing. Nice. Look to the right, look to the left, and exhale yourself back to a child's. Inhale and exhale. Let go and let be. Your next exhalation, draw yourself back up, curl your toes under, and lift that booty back up to a down dog. Beautiful. Bend your arms, bend your legs, and wave yourself into a plank. Tap your knees down. It's a little gentle vinyasa flow. Bring it back. Nice. And coming back to a tabletop, find your alignment. Again, you can use the bricks. So I'm going to bring my bricks back over here to show you. And you might want to try this because we're going to do a little extension here. So find what feels best for you and draw that right leg back and then extend it up. Bend your elbows, bring your right knee in, extend it back, bring it in. So again, bending through the transitions. Inhale it back and exhale in for one more. And place the right knee down. Sit back. You can sit on your brick too. Yeah. Squeeze your wrist out to give them a little separation here. So little squeezes, nice when you're on your wrist a lot. Shake them out. And let's go back. So line yourself up again and extend through that left leg. So as you do this, you're exhale and drawing the lower abdomen, belly button back to the spine. And then draw it up from your tush. Nice. So extended. Exhale in, knee to chest. Draw it back and in. You keep your breath flowing as you do this. Again, nice and gentle, clearing. One more. And maybe a little more extension on this one, and then bring it down. Wave it back to a child. Take a breath. Let's go through one more gentle vinyasa. You can try it with the bricks. Curl your toes under and draw yourself up to a down dog. And just notice the difference if you're elevated here with bricks. Beautiful. Bend your arms, bend your legs. Wave yourself forward to that plank. Tap it down in the lower. Take it up to a cobra maybe now. Draw it back up to a down dog. Walk yourself forward and just hang in a forward fold. And give yourself a little wave back and forth here. Legs can still be a little bit bent unless you're warm enough to start straightening a little bit more for you. You'll know because you'll feel it in your knees and around your joints more than in your muscle belly. Clasp your arms behind you, bend your legs a lot so you can take the pressure off. Seats coming back, and just squeeze your shoulders out a bit here. And give yourself a wave here. So taking the spine and wave it out and down. One more. Nice. Arms come back down. Step it on back. Drop those knees. And take it to a child. And lift yourself up. We're going to come around and take it up to the front of your mat. Make sure your bricks are out of the way. We'll do a few little rolls to set your spine. And give yourself a little massage. So you can clasp the backs of your legs, your hamstrings, or your shins, and see what works better, again, for you. It's all choices. There's not one right or wrong the way to do this. And then take yourself all the way down, have a brick close by, and exhale. So tap in here for a breath or two, and just connect back with the breath. Back to becoming that detached observer. Allow things to be the way they are. Let go. Now from here, now press your pelvis down. A few pelvic tilts. So press into the floor and then tilt it back. Squeeze it up. Press it down. So you're arching and then just a little lift. Keep your head in line and straight. Try not to look to the side while you're doing this. So again, a few pelvic tilts. And then when and if you are ready to take it further, pressing into your feet, extend your arms overhead as you raise your hips up a little bit more. And then take your hips down, take your arms down with that, so along to your sides. Extend your hips up, raise your arms up and over, extend over your head and down. One more, lift it up. And this time take your arms down to the side, but leave your hips extended. And just a few breaths in a baby bridge. clearing. Again, figure out what you need to support yourself here and what can you relax. So as you're pressing into your heels a little bit more, maybe knees are coming toward one another. Excuse me. But you know, excuse me, you don't need to be clenching your face and squeezing your arms. And what can you relax? One more breath, and then lower one vertebrae at a time down onto the mat. Nice. Bring your knees in for a hug, and just a little gentle roll, circle, as you massage the sacrum into the mat a little bit. And then take your feet wide along the edges of your mat and windshield wiper here. Nice. Okay, so now we'll do a restorative pose here that I absolutely love. And take a brick and place it under your hips. And once it's in place, nice and aligned under your hips, making sure it's not in your lower back, so you're supported and secure. Take a breath and settle in. And then when you're ready, draw your knees up so your legs are still bent, but your feet are off the floor, so knees are aligned over your hips. And breathe here a few breaths. And if you feel supported enough to stretch out your legs, go ahead and do that. And just enjoy the peace and relaxation that this pose creates in the body, in the mind. So this is a super effective way to lower your heart rate, to bring your body back into balance. It's even a nice immune boost. So it's an inversion, and lifting your hips like this gives a little bit more of an inversion quality. So the lymph system can get a nice workout too. So draining down and circulating. It doesn't have a pump of its own, so these inversions are really beneficial to help support your immune system. So just breathe here, observe, let it be, and then let it go. And you can breathe here and stay here as long as you feel. Linger, enjoy. Love this pose. If you do have a wall, you can do this against a wall, and thus the name Legs Up a Wall. We're doing legs up an imaginary wall now, but a wall is not always available, so this is a wonderful alternative. And when you're ready, take those legs down, feet firmly on the floor before moving your brick out of the way. Another breath, just to reset. Bring your knees in for a hug, and then extend your arms out along your sides. So you're stretching out, palms facing down like a T. Knees can come to the right, and if you need a blanket here underneath or a cat, you can relax and let go a little bit more. If the floor's a little too far away, again, give yourself that support. And then you can let the body release a little more. Your head can look over your left shoulder. A few breaths. And just where in this pose are you clinging and holding needlessly? This is really easy to press into the floor with your shoulders while you're doing this. Notice if you're doing that. And then soften. One more breath. Inhale your head to center, and then exhale your knees to center. And then all the way around to the other side. So again, if you need to move your blanket, your brick, anything over to the other side to help you. Your cat. I have one on this side too. Looking over your right shoulder now to complete the twist. Supported, nourished. Let go a little bit more. One more breath. And then inhaling your head to center, exhaling your knees back. Give yourself another hug. You can never have too many hugs, even if they're from yourself. And just love everything about who you are, what you are, and what is in your experience currently. And then finding a nice relaxation pose. You can take a blanket and put it over you so you're all snuggled in. A blanket on your chest. Just gives it a nice, nurtured feeling. Just that little bit of pressure there. Sigh it out. Sigh it out again. So give yourself 3 to 5 minutes here, or even longer, just to allow your new programming to settle in as you continue to breathe softly, relaxing bit by bit, breath by breath. More relaxation that washes over your entire being with each and every breath. Linger here as long as you feel is appropriate. When you're ready, reminding yourself that you are true perfection, love and light. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, deepening the breath, putting any props aside, and just give yourself a loving, gentle breathing back into your body. And rolling over to one side, exhale, press yourself back up, supported, and a few breaths here just to ground down, sealing our practice, and coming back to your center. Inhale all the way down, feel that support that's always there for you. Exhale, that gentle hug and lift. Bring up the love and light through every perfectly spinning, balanced, radiating chakra through the spinal column. The crown of the head opens and showers white light down upon you. And just give yourself a little reminder throughout the day to just observe without judgment, and breathe a little softer, relax a little bit more. You can just let be and let go. Until next time, be fierce, be free, be you. Namaste.